Hello guys, welcome to my home studio. I'm Kappa, this is Freddy, my studio assistant, and we're going to show you how I made the track There Are No Justified Resentments. Let's hop into Ableton. Okay, so let's jump in. This is the Ableton session for the track. Let's hear a bit of the intro. Okay, so basically the track is based around this chord progression here. This is a Signal preset. I tweaked it very little. Signal is a library from Output. If you guys don't know their stuff, check it out, it's really good. I use Signal in pretty much all of my productions. And so the way I came across this was I was going through some presets with my fiance. She's a pianist, so she was playing some stuff on the keyboard and I was going through some presets, and then we came across this one and she played this chord progression and I really liked it, so I decided to keep it. And also at the time while she played this chord progression, I had this melody come to my mind, and I was singing it at the time, but in this version it ended up being the lead guitar. So this was the melody. So what we have here is pretty much the same riff played on two different octaves. So this is the lower octave. And this is the higher octave. So this is pretty much the main part of the track, is the main riff section. As for processing on the guitars, I just scooped out some low end, which I always do. I added some reverb. This is a very cool free reverb that you guys should check out if you don't know it. And I also used some replica delays. This is from Native Instruments. I really like this delay too. I have a lot of Native Instruments stuff, mainly because they came bundled with Machine. And so I use a lot of their stuff. You'll be able to see that. So, okay, that's how the track was born. So then when I was producing it, I started adding some drums. This is the main drum groove. So what this is firstly, I decided what kind of groove I wanted to, and I searched on Splice for some samples. So I'm using this for the kick drum, this for the snare, and then something that I really like doing, and I also do a lot, is layer my drum patterns with loops that kind of fit the vibe that I'm going for. So I added this one. I also scooped out the kick, so I'm having just a bit more of the snare and the hi-hat. And because I wanted to make it a bit dirty, I went in and added this Travis Barker loop, which is also from Splice. I also get a lot of stuff from Splice. My computer is getting a bit freaked out now. Okay, so I had to go ahead and freeze some stuff because my computer was complaining. So we were in the drum section. This is how it sounds all together. So in terms of processing, I just applied a bit of compression again on the Travis Barker loop. I cut a lot of the low end, so because I don't want it fighting with the samples that I already had, and that's pretty much it. I also have this. Let me solo this. I also have this. What was it called? It was from a sample bank called Hangar Drums, I think, from Splice. The reason why I have this here is because I have this build-up coming into the main riff, which I call cinematic drums. So all of these drums come from that pack, Hangar Drums, I think, on Splice. So I started messing around on the machine, trying to create a pattern, and then I went in and adjusted what needed to be adjusted. So I would get this. Yeah, I like this. Okay, next up we have the bass. I'm gonna have to unfreeze this so I can show you guys what's happening here, so my computer doesn't freak out. So the bass. Again, the bass is from Output. It's a patch I created on Substance. Let's see if I can. So pretty much I have a clean sub to give it a bit of low end, and then I have these two for texture. I'm not going to go in too deep on what I did here because this is not meant to be a sound design tutorial. It's just simple deconstruction of how I made the track. So I came up with this bass, but I was lacking some top ends on the bass. So just to give it a bit more definition. So I added this one, which if I remember correctly is the same patch. No, this is slightly different. Okay, yeah. So I changed it a little bit, so that when I combine them I would get a bit more definition. Just gonna freeze the bass tracks off camera. So now let's have a look at the Neo piano. So this is a free plugin. It's called Neo Piano, and I really like it. It's by Sound Magic. You should check it out for sure. It's really cool. Seems to be a bit heavy because my CPU is complaining. Nothing special here, just the same chords, same chord progression as the main chord riff. Okay, so then I have this pad for a bit more of spaciousness, if that's even a word. It's mainly for the verses where it's less busy, but I have it pretty much across the whole track. This is based on a preset from Analog Dreams. It's another Native Instruments library. Again, I use this because it was free. They released it for free during the lockdown, which I think was pretty cool. I tweaked it a little bit, but it's pretty much how it comes stock. And so on the verse, it helps it. Check it out. It's a bit empty. Cool. Then I have one more pad, and this one is from Signal. I told you I use this a lot. And this is to give a bit more, to open up a bit more in the chorus or the main riff, how I call it here. So this is how it sounds. This has a slight variation on the chords to add a bit of melody. This is a preset I created from scratch. Pretty simple. I just have these two engines, and then yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna show you how it sounds with and without it. This is with. Without. Sorry about my CPU not wanting to cooperate. Okay, I also recorded these guitars here in the intro. Let me just freeze this again. Let's check out these guitars. So again, I'm a big fan of doing left and right guitars, sometimes doing different things, other times doing the same. These are doing pretty much the same. When I put them left and right, they have this chorusy effect. And they're slightly different. There's a little difference. Yeah, I think it adds it a nice texture. And in terms of guitar, so it's the main riff, and then there's this ending bit here. Not here, here. This is the one I'm looking for. Again, two guitars, one on each side, harmonizing with each other. Just a bit of depth. And then on top of all of this, I added some Wayne Dyer quotes. My main goal with this this series that I'm making is to help spread some of the words of these masters that have been very important for me in my growth and in my quest to becoming a better version of myself. And so my goal is to at least make you curious enough to go check them out. So I decided to include Wayne Dyer on this one.
No one ever dies from a snake bite.
For his vocal treatments, all I did was scoop out some low end, added the Butch Vig from Waves. This one's not free, but it's worth it. I actually got it on sale as well, like $30 or something like that. It's really good. I use it on all my vocals. It's you pretty much don't need much else other than this. And then I had a bit of the Tall Reverb too. Again, you should check this out. If you don't know it, it's really, really good. Just go on Google and type Tall Reverb 2, and I'm pretty sure you're going to find it. And that's it. That's the track deconstruction. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the track. I hope you enjoyed this deconstruction. If you have any questions, just type them below in the comments. And that's it. Keep making some music and have some fun. Bye, guys.
Resentment.